Hello, my name is Whitney Andrews. I'm a 29-year-old newly married mother of two, and my husband and I are actually expecting our third blessing August the 19th, 2024. So, just here in a couple short days, if you could keep my family and myself lifted during this time as we maneuver through life and just this new journey that we're about to embark on, and as well as my educational journey. The reason for this video is to make sure that myself as a learner, that I am informed, that I actually understand, and am taking note of the model code of ethics for educators. The dispositions that I feel that I currently possess that will make me more successful as an educator in my future classroom are dedication, compassion, and high expectations. I feel that every educator needs to be dedicated to the call because this is a call from Christ and it is a work of the heart. So I feel like everyone needs dedication. Dedication is going to require long hours, long suffering, patience, and things of that nature. Compassion, because every scholar that we come in contact with is going to be different. So they're going to require something different of us. They're going to have a different need from us. So we're going to need to be compassionate towards their situation and towards them as individuals as well. Compassion towards our colleagues, our administration, and just anybody. It's not limited to our students, but just anybody that we were to come in contact with during the course of our educational not even educational, excuse me, of our teaching career. The last one was high expectations. I believe that youth, our scholars, they aim to please. And what I mean by that is once you set a standard, even if a child feels like I may not have what it takes, they're going to shoot for that setting. They're going to shoot to ensure that they can just do the best that they possibly can because they want to make sure, hey, I know my teacher expects this. I know Miss such and such or Mr. such and such wants us to do this. Even if they feel like they can't possibly reach it, they're going to try their best. So if the baseline is really down here, but we set the bar up here and students are coming right here, they've surpassed the expectation. And even more so, they've met a goal and they've been a successful student. That's all I aim to do, is to have successful students in my classroom. I know not each and every one of them are going to be successful the first or even the second time around, but just setting those standards allows our students to know, my students to know, that there is a certain standard. Just like I have standards, they have standards as well. And I do believe that they can press towards the mark and be successful in their own method, in their own manner. The dispositions that I need to work on before entering the classroom as a first year teacher are all of them, because I feel like even though there are 10, and I'll read them off: high expectations, respect for diversity of others, fairness, professional conduct, reflection, curiosity, honesty, compassion, advocacy, and dedication. I feel like I can work on all of these dispositions in some way, shape, or form because as an educator, I understand that I'm ever learning, that the learning process just never stops, which means that I should always be evolving as an educator, which means there's always room for growth. And that is the main thing, that there's room for growth, which means that each and every day, each and every task, each and every trial, I can be working on one of these dispositions in some way, shape, or form. I'm going to turn the page, my apologies. Because again, like I said, there's always room for growth. It's kind of cliche for us as educators to expect our students to have, these time periods where they will grow, or where they will remain the same. But for us as educators, we can't become stagnant. So we have to set the example, lead the way, set the pace by always being ever learning, always being willing to evolve ourselves, because that's what education is. It's just literally the evolution of information and knowledge passed on from person to person to person. Although it seems like a lot, educators should display all of the 10 COE dispositions, high expectations, and everything that was listed, because I won't say them again. The standards are a blueprint from Christ, honestly, about how we should conduct our classroom. So that is why these standards are so important to us as educators. And we have to remember that as educators, this is a call from Christ, and it is a work of the heart. Thank you so much for viewing this video, and thank you so much for accepting my submission. Thank you so much for your time with me in the virtual classroom, all of your words of encouragement, and everything else that you've had to offer me thus far. I truly, truly appreciate it, and I truly, truly appreciate you. It has definitely encouraged me to want to continue on with my educational journey in the best way that I can. And I know that anything that God has begun, He's faithful to perform. So thank you so much for everything. May you have a blessed rest of your educational teaching time. Thank you so much. And I hope to one day let you know that I've crossed the finish line.